The Dagaras are known for their spiritual wealth, but material poverty. And he would say, you in the West have a lot of material wealth, but spiritual poverty. And he said, when we wake up in the morning, every day is undecided and it's full of uncertainty. And that's really what keeps us going. And that's really what makes us excited about waking up in the morning.
One of the people that you interviewed, Malidoma Somé, he says nature is actually the silent witness of intuition.
Such a beautiful sentence. It's so profound.
Yeah. And I when I heard him say that, I paused it and I asked my wife, did you hear what he just said? Did he just say that in a conversation out of nowhere? Because that is pure poetry.
Yes.
And truth.
Yes.
And then as you describe, going to the sea as you're contemplating these things and you're finding that reconnection with your body and purpose. Tell me about the impact of nature in our healing and our intuition.
Yeah, thank you for this question. And the same sentence came to my mind before you asked it. It's funny. Malidoma Somé has passed away since then, and he had an incredible gift of speaking truth that was impeccable. There was no extra decoration around anything. It was just like cutting to the chase. And so this sentence is really profound. And I could go on and pick out scientific proof that nature is healing and incredibly important for us to be able to thrive and live and flourish. But I think I'll put that aside for now and just really focus on, in a conversation I had with him outside the film, he said to me, in the Dagara community in Burkina Faso, where he originally comes from, the Dagaras are known for their spiritual wealth, but material poverty. And he would say, you in the West have a lot of material wealth, but spiritual poverty. And he said, when we wake up in the morning, every day is undecided and it's full of uncertainty. And that's really what keeps us going. And that's really what makes us excited about waking up in the morning. But in the Western societies, like Malidoma went on to get 2 PhDs, one from Sorbonne and another from university in the States. And he did it in order to speak our language. And his name means he who talks to strangers. And the mission is to build the bridge between the spiritual and the material. And so he trained himself to speak the language so he could reach our attention in a sense. And so he said, when you go to work and you graduate from a university, you think linearly, like the graduation and the good degree will give you, make you settled for life. That's not how the world is, he would say. And we now know that that's more what it looks like today than it did 15 years ago. But I think there's something he said also about nature is that it's chaotic. It's not linear. It's unpredictable. And it rhymes with how we are. And that's why it's the silent witness. It rhymes together. It's together in a flow. And that is something that I relate to. Like, I understand what that means. And so just to give another example for maybe some people who are listening and are not quite with us, there's another way to explain it. And that is, intuition is all about ecosystem thinking. It gets that everything is interconnected, and way beyond what we always calculate or measure or whatever. So everything is interconnected. You and I are interconnected. We are interconnected with the world. So we're like a human being is an ecosystem. Our thinking is an ecosystem. And then we have the rainforest as an ecosystem. So let me take an example. If we take the human being apart and put it into individual pieces, we can't put the pieces back together and make it work like before. Neither can we do that to the Amazon rainforest, but we can do that to a machine or a car. So it really is a different way of approaching the world. We have categorized our knowledge into different disciplines, and sometimes we approach the complexities of life in a very isolated silo, which doesn't get how everything is interconnected. And one of the ways to talk about intuition is to say intuition gets how interconnected everything is. It doesn't think that everything is linear, although it can be very useful for us as human beings to use linear thinking and put things into silos in order to understand the big picture. But it's important that we don't leave out the big picture and get stuck in the details.